6 traits that reveal a foolish mindset. Stoic Philosophy Insights 1. The power of Stoicism and why it matters. Before we dive into the 6 signs, let's quickly touch on Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that was founded in ancient Greece by Zeno of Citium and was later adopted by Roman thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and the famous emperor Marcus Aurelius. Stoics believe in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. They argue that true wisdom lies in mastering our thoughts and reactions, not in blindly chasing after fleeting desires or external approval. It's about clarity. It's about focusing on what truly matters. And it's about understanding the difference between intelligence and foolishness. So how can we apply Stoic principles to identify signs of stupidity in ourselves and others? Let's explore. They never take responsibility for their actions. Another sign of a foolish mindset is the constant refusal to take responsibility. How many times have you encountered someone who always blames external circumstances for their failures? A Stoic would remind you that the obstacle is the way. Every challenge, every failure is an opportunity for growth. Yet those who avoid taking responsibility often find themselves trapped in cycles of self-delusion. Epictetus said it best: "We are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens." People who fail to acknowledge their own role in their problems rarely learn from their mistakes, and this perpetual blaming, whether it's others, society, or bad luck, keeps them stuck in ignorance. 3. They have no long-term vision. Stoics believe in the power of long-term thinking. Seneca often spoke about the importance of planning for the future and living intentionally. If you're surrounded by people who are short-sighted, who only care about the immediate pleasure or avoidance of discomfort, chances are they're living with a foolish mindset. It's easy to be drawn to instant gratification, but real wisdom lies in understanding that everything worth having requires effort and sacrifice. A person who focuses only on the present moment without considering future consequences is someone who is not thinking critically about the life they're building. They may find momentary happiness, but in the long run, they'll suffer from their lack of foresight. 4. They avoid learning and growth. Another glaring sign of stupidity is a refusal to learn. The Stoics were committed lifelong learners, always seeking wisdom from others and from their own experiences. If you encounter someone who refuses to learn from their past, or worse, is too proud to ask for advice, you're likely dealing with a person who's unaware of their ignorance. Remember, wisdom comes from acknowledging that you don't know everything. It's an essential part of growth. As Socrates once said, the only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. People who dismiss knowledge or avoid learning are robbing themselves of growth and potential. 5. They seek approval from others. Now let's talk about external validation. A fool, according to Stoic thought, is someone who is constantly seeking approval from others, whether that's through social media likes, praise from their peers, or the adoration of strangers. The Stoics teach that if you rely on external approval to define your worth, you are bound to suffer. Why? Because other people's opinions are outside of your control. Marcus Aurelius cautioned, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." People who are obsessed with what others think often fail to realize that true contentment comes from within, not from external sources. If your self-worth is determined by the opinions of others, you'll always be at the mercy of external forces. They ignore the importance of mental and physical health. The final sign is a disregard for health, both mental and physical. A truly wise person understands that the mind and body are interconnected. The Stoics emphasize self-care, not as an indulgence, but as a form of respect for the body and mind. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." People who ignore their health, whether it's through poor eating habits, lack of exercise, or neglecting their mental well-being, are setting themselves up for failure. Health is the foundation upon which all other success is built. Without it, wisdom, growth, and happiness become impossible. Conclusion: becoming the Stoic you are meant to be. So we've explored the 6 signs of foolishness: emotional impulsivity, a lack of responsibility, short-term thinking, a refusal to learn, seeking external validation, and ignoring one's health. But here's the crucial takeaway. These are not just signs of others, they're signs of ourselves. Every one of us has fallen into these traps at some point in our lives. However, the good news is this. The Stoics believe that we have the power to change. It's never too late to start living with greater wisdom, more emotional control, and a deeper understanding of yourself. Life is an ongoing journey, and each day presents a new opportunity to become better, wiser, and more at peace with who you are. If you found value in this video, don't just walk away unchanged. Take these lessons and apply them to your life. If you want more content on how Stoic principles can improve your daily living, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and let me know in the comments how you plan to apply Stoic wisdom in your own life. Until next time, remember, true wisdom begins with knowing yourself.